pitch was amazing, right? Wow. Flat monthly fee, as much talent as you can get. So much so that I've already hit my annual allocation in 2 months. So we've already hired 6 people in 2 months. I would hire right away almost always. Santiago Cuevas and Juan Mari out of Argentina were the result of an AI engineering search, which was new for Sagan. I'm not sure if you guys continue to do that, but at that time, that was not really in the wheelhouse. But you guys took it as a flyer and delivered, and they're amazing, these 2 guys in Argentina. Amazing. So I'm really thrilled with that. With those 2 hires alone, the membership more than pays for itself. We wouldn't be where we are now if it weren't for Sagan, especially this quickly.
Could you please introduce yourself and your business and the customers who you serve?
My name is Rogelio Caceres. I'm a first-generation immigrant based here in Key Biscayne, Florida. My parents are from El Salvador and the Dominican Republic. My company's mission, GlobalPassport, is to help American families obtain residency and citizenship rights right now in over 40 countries around the world through our digital platform that connects them to programs based on ancestry, based on their professional background, based on investment, so they can live, work, and retire wherever suits them best.
Were there any challenges you faced with hiring before using Sagan Passport? Like, what made you become a Sagan Passport?
So the challenges I faced when hiring remotely, I didn't have the time to screen through folks that I didn't know in countries I maybe never even visited before, and I needed a frontline to do that work. But when going to companies like $1 Million, what's it called? The Millionaire Podcast. It's a great podcast. My first million, this guy just invested in a company. It's a similar model, only in the fact that it has global talent. What they do, though, from a financial perspective, they charge some percent of a salary. And I found that to be the barrier. So it's not so much me having difficulties wanting to work with people that are remote, but financially having to pay 20% of first year's salary within 30 days of someone starting just didn't work for us. We're a bootstrap startup, and I needed something that was different. John Mansner, I always admire his business savviness and followed him, etc. We lost touch, but something around one of his tweets caught my attention, and I saw what Sagan Passport was, and the pitch was amazing, right? Wow. Flat monthly fee, as much talent as you can get. So much so that I've already hit my annual allocation in 2 months. So we've already hired 6 people in 2 months. I think that's the allocation I have for my membership tier, and we're thrilled with every one of them. So we wouldn't be where we are now if it weren't for Sagan, especially this quickly. In fact, our entire engineering team, that's 2 Brazilians, 2 Argentinians, are all from Sagan, and all probably for the price of one Silicon Valley engineer.
Can you describe then your experience with our hiring process? Because you've already made so many hires with us from so many different countries. So how did that process work out for you with Sagan?
Well, I think we kicked the thing off in late February. It was a very standard process. Fill out a job description, what you're looking for. I really never had to spend any time over the phone coaching the search team on what I needed. The questionnaire, I guess, did that for us. They did a great job screening. Maybe once or twice, there was a miss, which is fine. But by and large, the folks I met with were all-stars, and I would hire right away almost always. Santiago Cuevas and Juan Mari out of Argentina were the result of an AI engineering search, which was new for Sagan. I'm not sure if you guys continue to do that, but at that time, that was not really in the wheelhouse. But you guys took it as a flyer and delivered. I'm grateful for that, because technically it could have been very much considered a special, I forget the category of search, but you took it on and delivered, and they're amazing, these 2 guys in Argentina. Amazing. So I'm really thrilled with that. With those 2 hires alone, the membership more than pays for itself. I mean, not even close.
how did our subscription model benefit you and your business? So, what has been the impact of hiring global talent with Sagan on your business? You already started talking about that, but maybe there's something else that you wanted to add.
What COVID taught us all is that talent lives everywhere, and we can work with and collaborate with colleagues all around the world. I would never have found the type of talent that I found without Sagan. And going in, you never know, right? I've never hired an AI engineer to start with, much less one that I've never met. I just met all this team right now when I was out in Argentina. So I took a flyer. I mean, the cost structure of a flat rate that covers everything and everything. And if you're not happy, you can do it over, if you will, within 30 days. That to me sounded like a extremely appealing value proposition. What I wasn't expecting was that the salary discrepancy, the cost of, I guess, U.S. labor versus Brazil or Argentina labor, is Colombia, is drastic. And I don't see any drop off in ability. Now, I am old school, and I would love to work in the same place. I think there's no substitute for all the written and unwritten communication that occurs when you're in the trenches. But barring that, this has been the very best way for us to grow. We'll be meeting every month now. Now we're meeting in Rio next month. The team really enjoyed meeting one another, the two Colombia, Argentina, and Brazil side. But none of that's possible without Sagan serving as that lynch node. And yeah, very, very pleased.
Since you already mentioned like the AI engineers, can you share like a specific success story or positive outcome from hiring these global talents through Sagan?
What we do is simplify the process of applying for dual citizenship or residency, right? Immigration. Immigration is one of those industries that has not been touched by the digitization of every other industry. And there's a lot of different reasons for that. We want to break through that and make it much more transparent, much more efficient, lower the cost, increase the access. And our app does that. One of the key things, though, is documents. Right? There's all these documents to build a citizenship by descent application. You need the birth record, the marriage record, the death record for every person in your line. That's a lot of documents. The AI boys, they're boys for now, but anyways, they in Argentina, rather than us have to scan a document and tag it and label it as we're placing it in the system, they figured out with ChatGPT 4.0 a way to just bulk upload, and through our technology, it can identify what type of document it is. Oh, this is a birth record for the state of Michigan. Lift the appropriate information, populate our database with that, and then pre-fill another order form, all automated without any human intervention. Now that's the latest ChatGPT 4.0 Omni model, but they were able to use that into our app, and now it's so much easier, right? It's so much better experience. I couldn't tell you more than that level of understanding of AI, but those kids, they know exactly what they're doing. And they're building this thing that is going to help a lot of people cut through all the uncertainty, right, that's out there.
Why would you recommend our service, the Sagan Passport service, to other business owners?
Well, speed to value. I joined in late February. The first hire started April 7th. So within a month and change. And since then, right, it's been a slew of Sagan Passport, found talent. So speed to value, flexibility, responsiveness by the team that I work with. I haven't taken advantage as much as I should of the library of resources and training that's in there.
Where do you see your business in the next 6 to 12 months as a Sagan Passport member, especially since you've already hired so many global talents for that?
I would love to re-up for another batch. Right now, we're heads down for the official launch of the app, which is August 19th. But after that, it's going to be additional talent that we're going to need on all fronts, and I plan to re-up. I think the way the model works, would get another subscription for another year or something. I have to figure out. I think that's the way to do that, and I'd be happy to do that once we get through this patch.